I overheard my girlfriend brutally mocking me to her best friend. And I mean brutally. My girlfriend's name is Emily. She's 28, and we've been together for just over 2 years. I'm 33, a veterinarian, and we met at my clinic. She had just moved to Portland and brought in her dog, who had an ear infection. We started talking, and what was supposed to be a 15-minute appointment turned into an hour-long conversation. I had never been so charmed by a woman. Yeah, I was living the bachelor life and had started to think I'd end up alone forever. My lifestyle, full of casual, fleeting connections, was growing dull and empty. Emily is a charismatic woman with lots of friends. Her best friend is a guy named Ryan, whom she's known for a long time. I trust Emily, but I'd be lying if I said their relationship didn't bother me a little. I'm not angry or jealous about it, and she assured me they've been lifelong friends and nothing ever happened between them. I'm confident enough in myself to accept their friendship, and I even tried to befriend Ryan. He visited Portland 3 times. He's a cool guy, but I get the sense he doesn't really like me. Emily says he's just protective of her. I think it looks more like jealousy than protection. Emily just finished grad school this spring and had a hard time finding a job. We've been living together for a year now, and I understand that she can't contribute to rent and other expenses yet. I'm financially stable, so it's not a problem. But I also don't want to become the reason she stops looking for work, because I believe financial independence is important. So I made it clear that she should start contributing once she finds a job. On Monday, she texted me saying she landed a job, one she really wanted. It required a tough interview process. I was so happy and proud of her that I decided to leave work early and surprise her. I didn't tell Emily I was coming. I picked up her favorite alcohol, some Chinese food she loves, and flowers. A few weeks earlier, Emily had seen a necklace in a store that she really liked. It wasn't expensive, and it had a little shark on it. She's obsessed with anything shark-related. I bought it and hid it in the basement, planning to surprise her later when she forgot about it. When I got home, I went in through the basement door to grab the necklace and surprise her. As I came upstairs and opened the door, I heard Emily on the phone. Normally, I wouldn't eavesdrop, but she was laughing hysterically. It sounded so cute that I decided to wait until she was done talking to surprise her. She was talking to Ryan. No surprise, they talk at least once a week. But then I heard what they were laughing about. It took me a few seconds to process that she was laughing about our sex life. She said something like, "No, he's not even close to my ex. My ex was at least 8 centimeters longer. Every time I eat a baby carrot, I feel bad for him. It's probably traumatic watching me bite off something the same size. It might have been almost funny if it hadn't been so horrible. He's got a great body, until he takes off his boxers." So much laughter. Look, I don't care what people on the internet say about penis size, but what hurt even more was that what she said wasn't even true. That makes it feel even more cruel. I don't know anything about her ex. Maybe he was a giant, but I'm average. Good old average. Not huge, not small, just normal. I've never been insecure about it. Hearing my girlfriend, someone I already had doubts about with Ryan, talk to him about me like that wasn't just hurtful. Hurtful doesn't even begin to cover it. She also mocked me for being attractive, but not very smart. I'm actually very well educated. That doesn't bother me. I know I'm smart, attractive, and smart, with an average-sized penis. After that, I just left. Did I throw the flowers out the car window? Yes. Did I cry in the parking lot? Also, yes. I think she heard the basement door close, or maybe saw my car leave because she started texting me right away, asking when I'd be home. That happened Monday. I still haven't brought it up. I don't know how to. I'm still processing everything. It's incredibly awkward and painful. But damn, I love this girl. I know I have to talk to her about this, but how? Do you have any advice on how to start that conversation? I'm really hurt, and I don't know if I can forgive her. I want to add that I've definitely decided to break up with Emily. Today I met up with 3 friends over beer and told them everything that happened. Their opinion matched yours. Break up and do it fast. I called my mom and told her everything. Yeah, I told her all of it, even though it was embarrassing. We're very close, and I wanted her to know. I've never heard her this angry. She knew I had bought a ring for Emily. I'll post an update when I go through with it, probably tomorrow. Emotionally, I'm going to be a wreck. Thanks again for all the comments and messages of support. I didn't expect so many people to be on my side. So, I gathered my strength and broke up with Emily on Thursday night. Honestly, these last few days have been the most dramatic of my life. I'm completely drained. It turned out to be ugly. Sorry for the long text, but a lot happened. On the advice of friends, my mom, my brother, and many of you, I decided to talk to her in a public place. The logic was that someone who could be this cruel and dishonest might try to twist everything around and say she broke up with me because I was abusive or something equally insane. I wanted to believe she wouldn't do anything like that. But after everything that's happened, better safe than sorry. I thought about just packing her things and ending it without a conversation. But after 2 years together, I decided I owed her a calm talk and the chance to speak, even if it wouldn't change my decision. So I took her to a wine bar downtown in Portland, one that has little private booths with curtains. Since Monday, Emily had been acting like an angel. That tells me one of three things. A, she felt guilty. B, she suspected I might have hurt her. C, she just sensed I was distant and had no idea why she got all dressed up. And despite everything, I have to admit, she looked amazing. Emily was also super affectionate and kept making suggestive comments about what she wanted to do to me later. Usually, my sweet little baby carrot would have been thrilled. But in the current situation, it was hard to stay calm. I had rehearsed what I wanted to say many times. So as soon as we sat down and got our wine, I started. I don't remember everything word for word because my adrenaline was through the roof. But I began by telling her how much I loved her. That she was the only woman I'd ever felt this deep a connection with. That I had opened up to her completely and trusted her. I told her she was the only woman I had ever considered marrying. That I had even gone ring shopping. I didn't tell her I had already bought the ring or that I imagined us having kids soon. She kept interrupting with things like, "Aw, that's so sweet," or "I love you so much." Then I looked her straight in the eyes and asked her directly, "If you love me so much, why did you mock me so cruelly to Ryan?" The look on her face gave me a small amount of satisfaction. Just as I expected, Emily started denying everything. She pretended she had no idea what I was talking about. She said Ryan knows how much she loves me, and she would never make fun of me like that in a conversation with him. I just looked at her and said something like, "Come on, Emily." Even after I told her that I came home early Monday and heard everything, she kept denying it. It was infuriating. She was so calmly lying to my face. I told her we both knew she was lying, and that what she said was unforgivable. I couldn't understand why she would say such things, especially just to get a laugh out of Ryan. She kept pretending like I was crazy. She said she loved me so much, that she had never once been unhappy with our sex life, that she'd never complain about my size, that she knew how smart and caring I was, and that's why she loved me. If I hadn't heard her say those things to Ryan with my own ears, I probably would have believed her. Give this woman an Oscar. Some commenters asked if I was sure she was even talking about me when I overheard her, but she mentioned my name while comparing me to her ex and his. Kraken. So yeah, I'm absolutely sure she was talking about me and lying to my face. I told her I'd drive us home so she could grab the essentials and her dog. My brother and his wife would be there too. I wanted witnesses to make it clear that I let her take her things peacefully and did nothing aggressive. I told her I'd pack the rest and leave it outside for her to pick up later. Emily was completely shocked that I was really ending it. She begged me to reconsider, but my decision was final. It was hard to hold back tears when she kept saying how much she wanted to spend her life with me, that she wanted to be the mother of my children. She kept asking what she was supposed to do now and where she would sleep. I told her that wasn't my problem anymore. She has plenty of friends who can take her in until she finds a place. Pretty much all the furniture and decor in the house is mine. She only needed to take clothes, toiletries, and small personal items. All the redecorating she did was paid for by me. Then the tears really started. She kept crying and asking how I could do this to her. She said over and over that she thought I was a good guy. I told her I am a good guy. That's why I didn't throw her stuff on the lawn, change the locks, and give her no explanation. and then she stabbed me even deeper. She said she didn't know why she said those things to Ryan, and finally admitted it. She said maybe it's because she can laugh with Ryan about things that would otherwise make her cry. Apparently, that includes my penis. That was it. I usually don't go for mean comments, but I told her she could move back to her hometown and live with Ryan, or her ex with his 23-centimeter dick. The tears disappeared fast. Suddenly, I was a monster. I don't know how to treat women. I'm a loser. I have a tiny dick. I'll die alone. She never really loved me, only stayed because she didn't want to hurt my feelings. She even said that if I had proposed, she would have called me a loser to my face. And, just in case I didn't get the point, she confirmed the baby carrot comparison again. I told her I'd rather die alone than be married to a woman who doesn't love or respect me. No joke. She started screaming, not talking. Screaming. It was terrifying. Then she just ran out, calling me a disgusting pig. I paid the bill and apologized to the waiter for the scene. When I stepped outside, I saw Emily standing there, crying. As awful as everything she did was, I still felt a twinge of guilt seeing her like that. I didn't want to leave her on the street. It was cold. So I offered to drive her back to pack her things, but she had to leave afterward. She agreed, and we drove in total silence. The most awkward ride of my life. When we got home, my brother and his wife were there. His wife stayed inside with Emily while she packed, and my brother waited outside with me. It all went pretty smoothly. I planned to message Emily later to let her know that her things would be waiting on the porch and that she should come get them while I was at work. All day, nothing from her. But just as I was about to leave work and head home, she sent a pretty vicious text. She wished me all the terrible things a person can wish on someone else. I didn't reply. When I got home, I found total chaos. Everything was destroyed. I don't know if Emily made a copy of the house key without telling me, or if she knows how to pick locks, but somehow she got in. She shattered things that can't be replaced. She ripped furniture, she trashed the kitchen. It was completely wrecked. The only good thing she did was lock my 2 dogs in one of the rooms, probably so they wouldn't cut themselves on the broken glass or eat anything dangerous. I have 2 vehicles, a regular car for everyday use and an SUV I use for work. I need the SUV when transporting large or exotic animals to the clinic. In all this mess, I had forgotten that I had given Emily a key to the SUV in case of emergencies. I went outside to check it, and she had trashed it too. There was flour all over the interior, tomato sauce spilled everywhere. It's just stuff, I guess. But what really hit me was that she could do something so childish and malicious. I was in complete shock. Just last weekend, we went to a play together. We hung out with friends, we played Monopoly, we even invented our own drinking game. We watched Netflix. We had sex multiple times. Now my house and car were destroyed, and I was emotionally shattered. It's wild how fast everything can fall apart. Okay. I'll admit, I did something petty. I was so angry, I logged into Costco's delivery website and ordered 20 bags of baby carrots, each weighing 2 kilograms, and sent them to Emily at her friend's address. That's 40 kilograms of mini carrots. They deliver within an hour. That evening, I received a flood of angry and offensive messages from Emily. Was it childish of me? Yeah. Do I regret it? Not really. Maybe just for wasting food. I hope she donates them or makes something useful with them. That's it. I've blocked Emily on everything. She's truly cruel, and I know I deserve better. Since Monday, I've been thinking a lot about myself as a partner and trying to understand what might have led to this. Why Emily apparently built up so much resentment or disappointment toward me. I'll be 100% honest. I work a lot. I try to make time for everyone I love, and I do my best not to bring home the negativity from tough days at work. But sometimes it happens. I admit that. Emily and I had arguments about this before. I really did try to adjust my schedule so I could come home at a reasonable time and leave work behind. But anyone who's a veterinarian, or knows one, understands that we're always on call for emergencies. Sometimes I have patients I need to check on, or I have to stay overnight with them. Taking a day off is possible, but hard. I have an amazing staff that handles most situations, but even on vacation or weekends, I get calls and messages. I'm sure there were moments when Emily felt like she came second to my job. I know that happened. She even told me so. I tried to change, but there are limits to what I can do. As far as I remember, I was never deliberately unkind or rude to Emily. Yes, I had bad days where I was short or distant. We had disagreements and arguments, but nothing toxic or abusive. I truly thought our relationship was strong, that we were both happy. I know I was. It's hard not to question myself now. Was I really such a disappointment? Did I neglect her so badly that she felt unloved enough to do what she did? I don't know. But what I do know is nothing justifies what she said and did. Her actions were cruel. Her words were worse. I didn't deserve that, and that's on her. I filed a police report and took photos of the destroyed house. I'm hoping it'll help recover some of the damage through my insurance. As for the police, honestly, I doubt anything will come of it since I can't prove it was Emily. And frankly, I don't ever want to see her again. I just hope insurance covers the damage, and I'll move on with my life. Let me know what you think of this whole situation. Stories like this always make you stop and wonder, is your girlfriend really good to you? Or would she turn out like Emily if you broke up? It's a scary thought. Anyway, thanks for sticking through this story to the end. Check out our previous video